Hello, I am Jamie Dennis, a Roman Catholic seminarian for the Diocese of Owensboro, Kentucky, and I'm studying in Second Theology at St. Meinrad Seminary and School of Theology. I have a very important message today. Really, it's more than just a message, it's a story. When I was 18 and graduating from high school, my eye doctor always liked for me to go to another eye doctor for a second opinion. I am blind. I have retinitis pigmentosa in very advanced stages. I have almost no vision left. So anyway, I went to a retinal specialist in Louisville, Kentucky, and it is a teaching clinic where there's student doctors there, and so when you go to this place, you're seen by several student doctors before the main doctor. And this lady doctor comes in, and she does her examination of my eyes, and then she tells me, oh, we have this wonderful new procedure where we can test in the uterus. Say if you were to get married and have a child, your wife, we could test her uterus to see if your child would have your eye condition, and then you could decide if you wanted to abort or not. And at the time, I didn't understand what abortion was, and what little I did know led to this response. I just said, well, I'm a Christian and I don't believe in abortion. And the lady just kind of looked the other direction, I suppose, and didn't make much comment and left the room. And I really didn't understand what had just happened there until I started seminary, and I was in my second year of philosophy and had to write a master's thesis. And I was debating on what to write, and I thought, well, I'll write on something to do with individualism and how it hurts people with disabilities. And then that event that day from when I was 18 came back to me, and I realized more or less what that doctor told me was that my life is not worth living, and that any future children that I was to have, if they had my eye condition, they should not be allowed to exist because their lives are not worth living just as mine. And I really want to tell people my life is worth living. I am worth something. Every person in this whole world is worth something. And it's not a matter of convenience. I know that my life is not the easiest in the world, but I think I'm allowed to be the way I am for a reason. Whatever that reason is, I'll never know. But beyond religious ideas and all of that, every person, regardless of what they believe, they deserve to be alive. And just because someone may be a slight inconvenience, that doesn't give us the right to kill them. And I think that abortion is not just the issue here. It is what society thinks of people with disabilities and differences in general. I have heard that a lot of abortion clinics are placed in areas where there are predominantly African American or Hispanic communities. What does that tell us? I'll just leave that open-ended. And so I think it boils down to society's view of people with differences and minorities. We're wanting to have the perfect human being these days. And really, what is perfect? I think we need to look beyond that and see that even if someone has a disability, they're able to do something that someone who doesn't have a disability, they can do something that person can't do, more than likely. We just need to look past conveniences and what feels good. As I said, my life is not easy, but I try my best to hold my head high and know that I'm worth something, and that I occasionally have to rely on other people for things. It's not easy. but sometimes we just have to do what we have to do to get by. And I love life. And I think it's sad that our society is telling those of us with disabilities that we're not worth something. I saw some statistics not too long ago that said that people with disabilities, over a quarter of them do not have jobs. And I think a good portion of that is because society tells us we can't. That's always. It just seems like more and more society is telling us, you can't do this. You're not worth anything. So I highly encourage everyone who sees this video, please, I beg, for my sake and for all disabled people that I'm speaking for today, send this video to all people you know. This word needs to get out. Everybody is worth something, regardless of disability, whether they're a minority or whatever that is. We all need to be a society of people that cares for one another and not just individuals trying to protect his or her own goods and conveniences. Stop recording.